Hello, this is Matthew Chartier with the Seminarian reflection video for the Diocese of Marquette. Today is the great feast of Pope St. John Paul II, and we got some beautiful readings from the letter of St. Paul to the Romans, and Jesus really rebuking the crowds in the Gospel of Luke, and a beautiful psalm of us proclaiming to God to teach him his wisdom and knowledge and his goodness. Teach us how to grow closer to you, Lord. And all of these readings really reflect different aspects of Pope St. John Paul II. He reigned as Pope from the 1960s all the way to the early 2000s. He's been one of the longest reigning popes in history. And many people, when they saw him, felt like they met Christ personally, even when they were 2 miles away and in a crowd listening to him from a distance. So in the first reading, we hear about who will save us from the wretched evil of the world. And this was what Pope St. John Paul II proclaimed over and over, was hope in Christ. It is Christ who will save us. It is God who will redeem us, who will be with us in all times of trouble and sorrow and suffering. And this was so prominent during his life as a priest and a bishop during World War II, especially, where there was a lot of despair and hopelessness in Europe, especially even after World War II. People remained in despair, seeing all of the evil that we were capable of doing as humans. I mean, when we think about it, there's nothing more evil than what the Nazis did during that time period. And really, St. Paul is reflecting upon that. What can save us from this evil? Who will be with us? And St. Paul came to the conclusion, just like Pope St. John Paul II, in proclaiming to all of Europe and to the whole world over and over again in his many years of being Pope, that it is Jesus Christ who is our hope and our salvation and our joy and our love and our strength. He is the one who will teach us how to be fully alive, fully human. And this is what we see in the psalm too. Lord, teach me your statutes. The psalm proclaims, help me know of your compassion, your love, your kindness, your goodness, your beauty. Teach me, save me. And again, that's the message of Pope St. John Paul II, that we are saved and redeemed and loved as sons and daughters of Christ, that we are fully human, fully alive in God, in his wisdom and his knowledge and his beauty and his goodness, in his compassion. God never lets us go, no matter how far we fall into sin or into struggle or anything. And then we hear also Jesus in the gospel really kind of shifting the turn, rebuking hypocrites for constantly wanting a sign. And this reminded me of St. John Paul II going and really rebuking some of our mentalities in the world, that we have to rely on ourselves, that we have to strive and reach for power and strength. And Pope John Paul II really fought against that mentality in our lives, that we should be reaching for Jesus. We are weak. We fall easily into evil. We need to find our power in Jesus, not in ourselves. And that was, again, another message of Pope St. John Paul II. And it even reflects upon the first reading of St. Paul, that we are weak. We need Christ. And we need to remember that. So I hope you all have a great feast day. This is a glorious day where we remember such a great Pope, a great witness of Christ in our world not that long ago. He taught us how to be fully human, fully alive, and fully in love with God. Thank you, and God bless.